Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the period of time covering May 21st through June 3rd, 2024. I do 6 signs every 2 weeks, hence the kind of weird time frame. But this is a reading for you if you're Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or have another significant Leo placement in your chart. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you are returning, welcome back. Those of you who have been here before know that I do these readings according to the 12 houses of astrology. And I will tell you the meaning of each house position first, and then I'll explain what the cards mean with respect to that position and with respect to each other. Sometimes a narrative presents itself. Sometimes it's more of an overall feeling. Sometimes I will get very specific messages. I try not to get too specific because this is a general reading, and not everybody here is looking for love or looking for a new job, so I try to keep things as general as possible. But if I do see some specific messages, I will say what they are. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell if you do want to continue to see these videos. And also leave me a comment if you choose. In the description box below, I have links to my website for spiritual coaching and all the services that I offer, as well as my social media. And also, I have a new series that some of you may be familiar with called Morning Coffee with Breach, which I do daily on Instagram on transition.life.coaching, which is my channel. And I do it from 6:30 to 7 a.m., but I have the recordings of those are all now posted here. So if you subscribe, those will come up in your feed every day, and you can choose to watch them or not. But I do an extra reading for the day at the end of each of those live streams. So with all that in mind, let's get started with your reading. Okay, so let's start with the first house of this reading, and this is the Aries house, Aries energy, your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. Okay, fire with the King of Pentacles. Now, you're a Leo, so yeah, definitely fire. You are, this is very true to your sign, okay? Fire is somebody who is passionate. I mean, fire, there's a spectrum of things with fire, because fire can mean that we're, maybe there could be things that irritate us or make our tempers flare. But I feel like this is more in the realm of being inspired, of being action orientated, of getting rid of things, sort of very actively and assertively getting rid of things maybe that we don't need. But I feel like we have had a bit of a boost in terms of our energy level and how we're presenting ourselves. And with the King of Pentacles, we're seeing this as an energy that may be around your finances. It may be around work. King of Pentacles is definitely someone who is the successful business person, somebody who is stable, secure. So you are definitely projecting this energy of somebody who is just both very inspired and very action orientated, and also somebody who is, very, has a good head for business and is very practical, very grounded, and able to negotiate things in that very material sense. This can also indicate that you have been very active maybe in taking care of your health, particularly physical aspects of your physical health related to diet and exercise and things like that. Your second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with your finances primarily. Okay, we have Scarab with the Page of Cups. So these are both cards that have to do with new beginnings. So I don't know if this is a new job, a new stream of income for you, or maybe just some kind of a change with regard to your finances. With the Page of Cups here, Page of Cups does bring messages. It is usually a very, very good card. But there's definitely this idea of something new and vulnerable here. So I don't know if there's, again, if there's been some kind of a new, if you've started a new job, for instance, maybe there's a concern about whether or not, maybe things may feel vulnerable at this point, or maybe or if you started in your own business or something like that. There's definitely this sort of, this idea of kind of birthing something new here with the Page of Cups. Very strong emotional energy attached to Cups. So I feel like this may be something that is connected to something that is, you are either passionate about or just something that you care very much about, as opposed to something maybe you're just doing for the more sort of cold, detached economic reasons that we might do things, right? Like I feel like there's some kind of a new beginning here. And maybe there's a message or an opportunity with regard to your money that's going to maybe allow you to do some things or make some plans that are more about following your heart rather than your head. So take it as it resonates for you. Third house, we have Gemini This is messages, communications. If you're in your own business and self-employed, that would be an aspect of this. Can have to do with sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships, and also with short-distance travel. So again, remember, take the aspects that apply and leave the rest. But we have Chtha with the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, somebody has a new job here. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, we have all this new energy. We have Scarab, we have the Page. Pages tend to bring new messages about new things, and Aces bring new things. So I don't know, maybe somebody is about to start their own, go into their own business, or maybe if they're already in their own business, maybe coming up with a new income stream or something like that. But Chtha is definitely Capricorn energy. This is hard work, this is persistence, this is building something. And I feel like this may be something, if this is something you've been building for a while, then I feel like maybe this is a situation where something is finally starting to bear fruit. When we see the Ace of Pentacles, this may be a situation where now maybe you're starting to see money at something that you've worked very hard at. Now, if you're not in your own business, this still does seem to be some kind of news about a job, money, or some kind of a new income stream. So yeah, so this definitely, I mean, again, Aces bring good news. I feel like these are some new opportunities here. So whether this is you, and if you say this isn't you, this is also possible if you have siblings, that this has to do with a brother or sister. But there is this energy here of something definitely new with connected to work, or something that you have been working on or working towards, whether it be your actual job or whether it be a creative project of some kind. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with home, family. So this would have to do with your physical home, your living space, your sense of feeling at home, your sense of security, all of those kinds of things, and also with family stuff. So not only your immediate family, your ancestors, the mother in particular. Okay, so we have Justice with winged disc. That's interesting. So maybe some people have just, Justice has a legal component to it. So maybe somebody has just bought a new house or gotten a mortgage, or maybe renewed a lease, or I don't know, or scored living in a place that they really wanted to live in. Or there's just seems like if there's been any kind of changes you've wanted to make in your home. Winged disc comes up when there's success and also when there's overcoming obstacles. So I do feel like there's maybe something going on here where you are, where you, whatever obstacles to your security, or maybe with connected to your living space or to a family situation. Again, could be any of these, it depends. I feel like there's an energy here of having overcome something. And with Justice, there's an element of fairness and balance to this. So I don't know if there was a situation, if there is some kind of family situation, maybe around finances or something, or maybe some other kind of situation like caregiving or something like that. I feel like there's a fairness here, like something has been solved. There's some kind of fairness or balance that's coming in a situation like that. If you say, well, no, I don't have anything going on with my family, then I would just say that certainly this might be an indication of getting yourself back in balance, getting yourself in a place of truth, because Justice always brings out the truth in a situation. And the truth has set you free here. Like whatever's going on here, you have definitely overcome obstacles related to your security, or perhaps to a family situation. So take it as it resonates for you. This could either be very specifically about a home transaction, or this could just be about some other broader family situation. Okay. Fifth house, Leo energy. Leo has to do with creativity, children, love affairs, sometimes with recreation and leisure. And okay, now I'm just going to say this before I get into this. The first thing I noticed when I laid the cartouche cards down is that you have the Ankh here as your cartouche card, and then you have the twins over here in the seventh house. Somebody has a love relationship that's going to be a marriage. Okay, that's absolutely clear. An Ace of Swords indicates, again, there's this new beginning. So maybe whatever this is, there's going to be some kind of a talk, or again, this really stark clarity that's going to come in with something. And along with this, I mean, Ankh in the fifth house is a love affair. With twins in the seventh house, that is a marriage. So I don't know, somebody, or maybe they're about to meet a partner who's going to end up being a long-term partner, because in the seventh house, you also have the Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant is the card of higher commitment. This is a card of marriage. So the fact that these are showing up this way, your second card here, yeah, the Ace of Swords. I don't know. This can be something. If love is not on the table for you right now, this could be something coming in with a bang, or there could be a sudden communication, or something just happening, or suddenly starting. Aces indicate something that's new. So for some of you, this might be a new relationship, or maybe it's just been an existing one that all of a sudden gets shot to the next level. But Ace of Swords indicates, yeah, new thinking, new conversations, and also just suddenness. I always feel like the Ace of Swords has an unexpected energy to it. Like it's a new beginning, it's a new message, and it's like, whoa, it just comes in and it comes on, like gangbusters. It comes in out of nowhere. You've got a lot of this Ace energy here. So, and then you've got this Page energy as well. So I don't know, something definitely seems like it's coming in. I mean, to me, it's hard to read this as anything other than a message of love or love coming in. However, if you are in a situation where you say something like, hey, I've been married for years, I'm not looking for new love, I've already got a commitment, then this could be, like I said, it's quite possible that this could be, Ankh could refer to in this house to something that you're passionate about, a project or something that you're passionate about, or maybe something connected to a child that you love they're passionate about. Whatever it is, there's definitely some kind of news coming in with a bang. And if this is connected to a relationship, it's definitely something that's going to lead to a higher level of commitment over here. Let me just jump to the 7th house because of this. And I mean, to me, I'm looking at this, I'm staring at this, I'm like, somebody is most definitely going to be getting married or moving in. Maybe that's this too. Maybe this is the legal situation with justice for somebody. Maybe somebody's going to be moving in, or you're going to be moving in with them. And again, if the other possibility here is if you are not in that kind of a situation, if love is not on the table, or if you're, like I said, you're already in a committed relationship, then Hierophant can also be somebody who is a mentor or teacher. So there could be some kind of a partnership in business or education or something like that could also be coming up. But I feel like this is a definite message of love for somebody, and serious long-term love. So wow, it's just sort of like, whoa, it just comes out of the blue there. Okay. 6th house, this is Virgo energy, and this has to do with health and healing, has to do with worries and anxieties. If you are employed by somebody and not self-employed, then your job, your quote-unquote 9-to-5 job, whether you work 9 to 5 or not, would be covered by this particular house. Also, pets and domestic animals can fall into this house as well. Okay, so we have 9 of Wands with Nebuchadnezzar. So I feel like there's a lot of anxiety here. I feel like there's some situation that you don't really know what's happening yet, and you're getting kind of tired of it. 9 of Wands is definitely an energy of feeling like I'm worn out, I'm exhausted. This is wounded warrior energy. Like you've been around the block with something long enough, and you kind of want to be done with it. So this can also indicate a situation where it's telling us to push through to the finish line. And I think that is what it's telling you here, because Nebuchadnezzar is pointing to something that hasn't happened yet. There's some kind of a situation that has to do with, like I said, it could have to do with a job. It could just be something else that you generally have an anxiety about. But Nebuchadnezzar would indicate something where there's a lack of clarity, or it's one of those cases of, okay, well, something's supposed to happen, but I'm not seeing it yet. Or maybe you've been working very hard at something with a job and you're looking for an end, or you're looking for an out, and maybe you're not seeing it yet. And this would be saying kind of like push through and hang in there, because the end is almost near. You're at the 9, you're almost to the 10. There's some situation is going to be changing or coming to an end soon. Now, in a health sense, if this had to do with health, if you have health concerns and you're looking at these reading with health concerns, 9 of Wands would indicate just somebody who's just very, very exhausted. Okay. Maybe very tired, very, very stressed out, very low energy right now. And Nebuchadnezzar would indicate the need for preventative medicine, preventative care. So doing things to preemptively take care of yourself, whether you're actually in need of a doctor or not. But if you're feeling worn out, there's definitely a sense that some self-care would be in order, because Nebuchadnezzar has to do with things that we do, that we prevent before they happen, okay? That said, I always point out that I am not a doctor. So anything that I say with regard to health and medicine, obviously, go to your doctor and don't listen to a tarot reader on this kind of a matter. So, but again, if you're just kind of generally feeling tired and exhausted, it could just be saying that there's a situation where maybe you need to do take some more vitamins, maybe get some more exercise, make some dietary changes, drink more water, things that are more preventative in nature, potentially. Okay, so we did the 7th house. Let's move to the 8th. This is Scorpio energy, transformations, endings, beginnings. Also, joint finances falls into this house as well. There's a bunch of other things too, but those are kind of the main things. Okay, so we have Osiris with the Hermit. So right now, I feel like you are in a place, there not a lot of change going on right now, okay? Osiris is about being stable. This may also be coming up, what's coming into my head is you might be being called to be a leader. And again, you're a Leo. I mean, naturally, that's what you are. But this is almost like you being called to, to root yourself, to be grounded, and also to kind of take charge. I'm seeing that the Emperor is in your overall here, so that definitely falls into the energy of being rooted and taking charge, taking action on something. And just this is like somebody who plays a leadership role, has good judgment, and to have it in this house, I feel like as far as movement and change, it may be saying that things are going to stabilize if they've been unstable, and the Hermit may also indicate a need to withdraw or to retreat a little bit. So you may need some time to think some things through, or maybe you've been going through a period of time where you've been trying to evaluate what it is that you want. And actually, interestingly, you have the Sagittarius house, which is the 9th house, the next one. This has to do with long distance travel. It has to do with higher education, educational institutions, spirituality, religion, faith, and institutions connected to that. Anything that expands your horizons here and your deeper look at life. And you have water with the 7 of Pentacles. And yeah, the reason I say that with the Hermit is the 7 of Pentacles has to do with reevaluation. You may be reevaluating a trip or something that you've taken recently, or maybe there's a trip that has caused you to look at things and reevaluate where you were at, and to to decide whether or not, again, kind of like this energy, do I remain patient with the situation or do I give up on it? And yeah, there seems to be some changeability here. The other possibility here, and I'm thinking about this because the fact that I'm seeing the wing disc down here, for some of you, this could indicate a trip over water or maybe even a move over water. So there could be a journey that's in the offing. And again, with the 7 of Pentacles, this may be connected to, there definitely seems to just be this sense of evaluating, maybe deciding whether or not, I don't know, there's always this deciding here as to whether or not things are worthwhile, or to see how far we've come in something. But there's also a sense of needing patience. Again, there's the same element of here, like something is coming, but it's just not here yet. And for some of you, this may also involve long distance travel. So I don't know, take it as it resonates. I feel like this could go for certain people, it might go some way, for others it might go a different way, but there definitely is something connected to travel here, and something connected to making an evaluation or having patience, like patiently waiting for something. Okay, 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. This is your career, fame, reputation. This has to do with the kind of legacy you want to leave, sometimes father energy. Okay, Sirius with the 8 of Cups. So remember what I said here about new beginnings, and what I'm seeing down here. For some of you, you are going to make a career decision to walk away from something that has maybe served you for a long time. Okay, 8 of Cups is the tiger. There's a tiger on here with the 8 Cups. Generally, this is a and this one does have the eclipse up in the corner here. I feel like the eclipse energy of the month of April has really made a lot of changes in a lot of people's lives. Maybe a lot of unexpected things have happened. With Sirius energy, Sirius is about thinking outside the box. It's a sense of maybe taking the rough with the smooth, something that maybe you're enduring or you feel like you're going through. And to have it with this 8 of Cups energy, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of energy here around work that suggests you've been working very hard, that you are a very organized person, okay, and very driven person. But I just feel like you're ready for the next thing. Okay, you may be ready to move on. You may be ready for the next thing. And Sirius, again, there's this idea of thinking outside the box. I feel like it just basically seems to say you have the strength and resources to do what it is that you need to do. But yeah, for right now, it just seems like maybe you're hanging in, like we're waiting to see what's next, and I don't know that this is exactly advising you to walk away yet, but I feel like this is going to be the conclusion for you, that you may, because I feel like, you're definitely taking time right now to think some things over. And we definitely have this energy of, wanting to withdraw, wanting to take a time out, wanting to think about maybe what's next. But and this is definitely telling you to think, look to the future, think big, think outside of the box. For some of you serious people who are interested in physical fitness and health and nutrition and things like that, sometimes serious has to literally do with that, or sports. So I'm just throwing that out there. Does not necessarily mean that's the meaning of this card here, but it could mean that for somebody. If they're thinking about walking away from something, maybe they're walking into something that has more to do with, physical health and stamina and things like that. So, take that as it resonates. But there's, I just feel like you are, there's a lot of thought here that's going into what your career, your future, and what your next direction is going to be. Okay, so let's look at the 11th house. This is Aquarius energy, so this has to do with friendships, your business networks. It has to do with your goals, hopes, and wishes, your destiny. Okay, so we have Bast with the 5 of Pentacles. So there's something for which you feel like you're not being recognized. 5 of Pentacles is where either you feel like someone's ghosting you or you feel like you're an outsider. And so I feel like there's some kind of friendship or relationship for which you feel you want to be recognized or admired, or at least just given credit by somebody. Somebody maybe, there's a strong social energy to Bast. But with this, I feel like it's something where you feel like maybe you're a bit on the outside here. So I don't know. There could be some reevaluation of your friends and your friend groups. I feel like Bastet would be telling you, go for the people who recognize and value you. Don't spend energy on those who make you feel like you're not part of something, or if you feel like you're an outsider in some way. I feel like there's a feeling here of almost a lack of abundance or a lack of resources to move forward with your wish. But this is also a very, very social card. So I feel like that there are people in your group who recognize you for what you do, and that if this is an obstacle, if this is a financial obstacle, because sometimes 5 of Pentacles can indicate a feeling of not having enough money. I just feel like this is something that's going to be solved by, through you being recognized in your friend group, or you expanding your network in some way. So take that as it resonates for you. 12th house, Pisces energy. Pisces has to do with what's in the imagination, what we don't see, what's hidden, maybe what's repressed, or maybe where we may have some secret doubts or fears. And we have Buckle of Isis with the 4 of Swords. Okay, so we are definitely thinking about a separation here. When Buckle of Isis shows up in one of either 12th or 8th house, this is almost like a separation from a group that we've been part of, okay? And there may be concerns about that. 4 of Swords, again, it's funny because you have the Hermit over here and you have the 4 of Swords over here. This says to me that you would like to have a rest. You would like to have a retreat. I mean, you're definitely showing the face of somebody who's just very organized and active and everything like that. But I feel like there's a situation here where, like this little guy here, this little hedgie, he's kind of like hiding underneath the wood pile, like where you would like to be able to, I feel like you definitely, at least spiritually, that you need some time to regroup here. There's a whole lot here that's going on about reevaluation, about not wanting to repeat same patterns over and over again, particularly with work. Excuse me, but you have, everything here, I mean, you definitely still have a lot of drive. You have, it seems like there are going to be some new opportunities for you financially that you don't want to ignore. And for somebody, there's definitely a relationship coming in, definitely a significant relationship. So, wow, that was like a big, whoa, that jumped out at me right as I started doing this reading. But I do feel like as far as work and career, and maybe even certain friendships, that you are seriously wanting to take a time out and rethink things. Overall, you have Isis with the Emperor. So yeah, it's interesting. This is kind of the energy of both. Emperor is about taking charge, about being in control of your own destiny. But Isis is also about self-care. So I feel like there's kind of an element of both. Like self-care is part of what is taking charge, for you would be taking charge. So let me pull a essential oil card for you to finish up this reading. So what does Leo need? Okay, just need 1 card, not 5. Wants to give me a whole bunch as I'm doing this. Let's see who wants to. All right, well, we're going to go with this. This is one I don't get very often. Siberian fir. Again, this is an essential oil. I don't know what oil blends these are, but this is the one it's mentioning. And your keyword here is acceptance. Interesting. I just did a live stream on that this morning. The trigger statement is, we must remember. The true statement is, I am free of the habits that do not serve me. Lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. Release habits that are not serving you and forgive on behalf of generations past. Okay, this is interesting. So I feel like there's something in terms of the decisions you're making here. It's quite possible that areas where you might feel stuck may be based on past patterns or family patterns or expectations maybe that you've gained from your family. So I feel like there's a sense here that you letting go of limiting beliefs will show you what the path forward is for you. Okay, and that's the thing that you want to focus on here. I actually do think things are very good for you right now, but I do think that you may need a break to think some big decisions over, to think over some things that are connected to these big decisions. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody's definitely getting married here. I don't know. That's normally I like to try to get as many interpretations as I can, and obviously that's not going to apply to everybody watching this, but especially if you are married or if you're not even looking for anybody. But I don't know. There's just something here about a very significant relationship that's going to move to the next level. And yeah, so take it all as it resonates. But overall, I'd say it's very, very good, but do give yourself a little bit of a break, Leo. You are working hard. You're a hard worker. You're very capable, but you also deserve some time to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you have not already, and I will see you again in June.